Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great Memorial Day, enjoying their day off for those of you guys that have the day off. And for those of you guys that don't, thank you for stopping in here at some point in your day and watching today's video. Got an exciting video planned out for you guys today. And if you guys enjoy the video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Help me out with that. I will be putting up a bunch of short 15-second, 1-minute videos today, working on my shorts count and trying to build up that a little bit. So if you get a minute, check out what kind of shorts we got up. They're short 1-minute videos, 15-second videos that are really short and to the point with a lot of good information. And on top of that, I've got to say we only got 13 spots left if you want to win this MS69 PCGS certified first strike Mexican Libertad. Pretty cool. There's only going to be 75 spots for it, and we've only got 13 spots left. If you'd like a spot for that, all you got to do is just click that join button below, join, become a member, and we're only going to take 75 members. Anybody that is a member will be on the list, because as soon as we hit the 75 members mark, we're going to run that giveaway that day or the next day, depending on when it hits. So I will do a live video on the giveaway so you guys can kind of watch it. We're going to be using a bingo ball puller, and we're going to pull all the balls in and then pull them all out, and the last ball remaining is the winner. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do it live. With only 13 spots left, they are going a lot quicker than I thought they would go. But that coin's a $150 value coin. It is a first strike, which makes it really premier condition. With that being said, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk a little bit about some comments. I'm kind of enjoying some of the comments that are coming in. I'm going to read the comments. They're not anything bad necessarily. They're just topics that I want to talk about because I couldn't find anything to make a long video on. But there's a lot of short comments, and you guys might get a kick out of listening to some of them. And I'm going to address each comment, and then I'll end up replying later, not tonight. But with that being said, we're going to jump on the first comment. Justice Warrior, the paper price of silver doesn't matter. Don't let that guy rattle your cage. It's real money. So that was based off a video that we put up yesterday about someone talking trash about silver and gold. And it's not that it rattles my cage. It's just, it's really sad when people just don't understand what's really going on. They don't have any silver. They don't have any gold. They've never taken the time to really look it up. And, you know, these type of comments come out of the woodwork. Especially, I find it interesting because they always seem to come up within like a week or two before a big jump. You start seeing these comments come up. And that's why I've always wondered if there's more to the comments than meets the eye. And I really think we're going to see another good little jump up come the first week of next month or the end of this month. It's going to be a tough one because we got the interest rate meeting coming up, and that could play a big part. If they cut interest rates, you know, the economy, they say, is doing great, but why would you cut interest rates if the economy is doing great? A lot of people are starting to realize it's not quite as good as what they're telling us. And either way, hey, if they do it, if you've been preparing for this, if they cut rates and interest comes down, inflation goes up, prices go up. But if you've got some silver and gold, you can kind of have a little bit of a wash. You can know that your house went up in value. You can know that everything you have went up in value, including your coin collection. So I don't really let it rattle my cage too much. The next one, let's see, McDubber. Uber McDubber. I don't know if I said that right. I may not read all the names. I may just read the comments. Silver is so worthless that the only 2 coin shops in my area. See, this is kind of funny because it's almost the same comment as the one I had gotten yesterday. That's why I sometimes wonder if this is like bots that are putting some of these comments up. Silver is so worthless. The only 2 coin shops don't even buy the trash. Even better, the pawn shop doesn't even want the trash. Silver is a precious industrial junk metal. A salesman's dream. Enjoy your worthless shiny rocks. Big scam next to diamonds. So I'll be honest, a lot of diamonds are overpriced. However, we give them away when we get married, which means there's a high demand for diamonds. But on the flip side of that, he said it right there in a way, it's an industrial metal. So the fact that it's an industrial metal and it's running lower and lower on the COMEX only tells me that the price will eventually jump. So I find that kind of comical, that comment. Let's see. I can buy 12 acres of land right now with the silver I have now. I still have some left over. Nope. Stacking more while I can. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's something that I've heard a lot of people say. A lot of people have plans about buying their homestead with their silver. The only thing that I would be very cautious of, if you do it right now, before the silver jumps in price, that could be scary. And I'll give you a reference on that. So there was when I was streaming probably maybe 2 years ago, I would say. I wouldn't even say it was that long. There was a person, a subscriber, that wanted to trade me his RV, I guess you'd call it. It was a modified truck turned into a camper, stealth. It looked almost like a U-Haul from the outside, but on the inside, it was really cool. It had generator, it had solar, it had all kinds of cool stuff, and I really did like it. And I tried making a deal. I told the guy, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 4 ounces of gold for it. And at the time, 4 ounces of gold was $8,000. And he's like, nah, I got to get 5 ounces or nothing. And he didn't want money. He wanted gold. And so I said, I can't do 5. 5, that's 10 grand. I think I'm paying too much on that. So I said, if you want to take the 4, I'll do it. A year or two later, 4 would be pretty good. That would be his 10 grand. And the camper, I'd probably be putting money into it. I don't want to say it's like a boat, but I enjoy traveling, and I want to get back into traveling across the country. I used to do it. If you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you remember when I used to travel the country, hitting up coin shops, hitting up antique shows, that type of stuff. I want to get back into that because I really did enjoy it. Let's see. This is a great post. I suppose people get tired after a while of stacking. All valid and sound points. When you're young, you never really think about the future or retirement, and changes will occur that will dramatically throw you a curveball. Sometimes before retirement, anyone can be easily taken down by an illness, costing you or your family a fortune, especially if you failed to plan for unseen events. These days, going in the poorhouse is more real than ever before. Thanks again for your help and for everyone with the comments. Have a great Sunday. So, yeah, that's something, that's kind of why a lot of us do stack. I believe a lot of us are stacking for a plan. We want to have a backup plan when stuff does go astray and stuff just gets crazy. And, it's sad when I see people that really see no future in stacking, because the truth of the matter is we're seeing it go up. It's easy for someone to say his coin shop ain't buying silver. It's easy for someone to say his pawn shop don't want silver. I challenge anybody in the room watching this to go to a coin store and ask them if they would buy an ounce or 2 of your silver and see what they say. Now, pawn shop, I've said time and time again, you're probably going to get robbed. I had a great comment. I already replied to it, so it's gone now. Once I reply, they go off the sheet. I get kind of a comment sheet, I guess you can say, that gets posted to me every day now. And I try to reply to everything, with the members' comments being at the top of that list. And the comment I had answered to, he did a great job. He had mentioned that these people that kind of talk negative about silver or say their coin shop ain't buying or their pawn shop. I mean, yeah, you're going to see 1 or 2 places that might try to take advantage of you. You're going to see 1 or 2 places that might not need any at that exact moment in time. However, as a whole, hopefully people are doing their due diligence. They're shopping around, they're looking around, People really need to be looking around before they sell anything. So moving on to the next comment. Sounds like a very frustrated silver stacker. I guess I am. I guess I am too, but not to his disagree. I don't think we will ever see a need for barter, but I agree with him. Silver and gold will be the last things people want initially. I got to put it in that initially, and he put that in there. I think that's important. I've shied away from silver a little bit because it's just so unpredictable, and storage is becoming an issue. I don't have faith in silver like you, but a real jump and holding could change my mind. I'm stacking with buying a half ounce gold coins, since that's the sweet spot for me. I can comfortably afford it in a paycheck over 2 weeks. Keep the videos coming. So I think that's a great comment to mention prepping. So some of y'all don't know, I do a lot of prepping. Not only do I prep, but I've done prepping videos. And even on our Discord, if you're a member of our Discord, we have survival and prepping broke down really with rooms that you can just post stuff in there. And there's rooms for food, which should be food and water should be number one. However, we have it broken down into 2 rooms. We have a water purification, different ideas, whether that be rainwater collection or different stuff. And then we have food. Everybody should have a certain amount of food. If you're stacking and you don't have any extra food in your house, you're like going to the store every week to get your food. I would definitely slow down on stacking a little bit, and I would get a little bit of extra food. And I say that because with inflation climbing, food is going to go up just as fast as silver. I hate to say that. And if you have it, then great. If you need to, you can eat some of your preps. If something bad happens, great. You can use your preps. In the initial phase of any kind of a SHTF scenario, food is going to be more important. Why? Because if the stores ain't open and there's nothing at the store and the power's out, people are probably realistically at first not going to want your silver and gold. I've said that time and time again. However, here's the problem with the people out there that only buy food. I mean, you can only have so much food. I essentially live alone, and I have more food in my storage unit than I can unfortunately even rotate. That's why I've switched to stacking a lot more dry food, and I can preserve that for a 25-year shelf life and just put it up. Because canned goods do expire. And it's easy to say rotate your stuff. But you know what? If you live alone, it's hard to rotate. If you're trying to prep for multiple people, because obviously everybody has loved ones that may not live with them. And they're probably not prepping, so you need to have a little bit of a plan. But eventually the system will come back online, and it could come back online with a whole new monetary system, because I think they've been looking for an excuse to essentially end the dollar. I hate to say that, but how do you end it and save faith and keep it going? They what they really want to do is just end the debt if they can, but that's going to be very difficult to do. So, scrolling through to the next comment, the commenter is right, but also wrong. Cash is king while it is accepted in a non-hyperinflationary scenario, which he is wrong. Every paper currency there has ever been has failed, and the dollar will be no exception. He is also right about barter. Cigarettes, bottles, booze, etc. have often proven to be more useful as a currency in barter situation than silver. He's not being conflated. How do you pronounce that? Coinflated? Silver and gold together. However, as gold is clearly still money, silver will have its day. But in such a tiny market, there are so many vehicles ahead of its big inflation. Okay, let's see here. I don't understand that last line. I hate to say that. Needless to say, let's talk about this just for a minute. Yeah, I've said that time and time again. In the initial stages, people are going to want food. They're going to want water. They're going to want booze, cigarettes. I can tell you, anybody that has what's the term that some people use for that? For bad habits. I don't remember what the word was. Anybody that has not a gripe. I don't know. What's the word? I guess I'm just gonna have to use a different word. When anybody has a dependence on something, they're gonna do whatever it takes to get it. And I would be cautious wanting to deal with those people. But I do have cigarettes and alcohol in my storage unit. Although I did have to unfortunately throw away the cigarettes because I found out the hard way that tobacco products are not gonna last more than 10 years. However, the bottles that I had stored are now some high-end bottles, which was kind of shocking when I found that out. So that's kind of one thing to note. Be careful if you're stacking cigarettes. It don't last forever. It's not like silver or gold that you can put it up. I actually went through a bunch of my miscellaneous barter items, and someone's like, dude, you should have never done cigarettes. It doesn't keep forever. So let's see, scrolling through, I have traveled a good amount of times over the years, but I guess what I enjoy getting home. I'm not sure what that, but yeah, I mean, that was probably referencing my traveling abroad and stuff. Oh, this is a great comment right here. Keynesian economics is over. The dollar is toast. Going back to Austrian monetary system, every currency in history fails. It's the dollar's turn. Debt-based systems implode on themselves every time. The best part is we're here. Get out of currency. Get into coin of your country or realm, country's realm. In the U.S., that would be American Eagles, gold, silver, and constitutional silver. It's all gone pretty soon. Yeah, absolutely. Every currency with value will be balanced in all you do. Be realistic. We need fiat. And be realistic that it loses value. So let's be sober in our decisions to preserve our wealth. Be it high yield savings, precious metals, real estate. So yeah, this is something else I've mentioned before, that you really need to be a little diverse. I tell you guys know I got real estate. So I have real estate that I can fall back on. I have a retirement that I can fall back on. I'd say I have YouTube, but I mean, YouTube's been funny lately, as it's been cutting a lot of views, and they've been downsizing. I think they're trying to clean up YouTube and really push a lot of small stuff out. And a lot of the small YouTubers, I think they're on the phase where they're trying to push them out and make more room for big channels like CNN, Fox, the channels that, it's interesting because, you know what, if I want to watch that stuff, I'm just going to watch it on TV. I go to YouTube because I like hearing people's opinions, but now we're having so much of this, I don't want to use the word censorship, but it essentially is what it is. I guess I've already said the word, but we're having a lot of people's opinions just get not shared. And you're seeing different stuff where they're really trying to crush people's opinions to the point where, I can't remember what country it was, they're trying to pass a law right now where if you're using a VPN, you'll be fined because they don't want people using it. They don't want people seeing what's going on. They want to keep people in their little bubble. I mean, because let's be honest, as stuff happens around the world, there's an old saying, if China sneezes, the U.S. catches a cold. And, it travels. Whatever happens travels around the world. And that was one of the big things during the whole cough, was you got to see which countries were not putting up with stuff, which countries were pushing back, and which countries weren't. And, I think that's one of the big things that people need to be mindful, as a lot of fiat currencies are crashing down. They're coming down. Are they crashing and becoming obsolete overnight? No, but they are losing value. And as more and more countries start lowering interest rates again to try to beat what's going on, these countries, the heads of these countries meet. There's a reason they meet, because they know what's going on. And there's also the heads of other countries that are against the U.S. and the G8, and, they're trying to work against the dollar and its dominance. So it's important just to be mindful. Like I said, it was a little bit of a jumping around video today, but I just needed something to talk about. I didn't really have a really steady topic. I didn't want to sit here and just tell you the same thing. Silver's going higher, and it is. Are we going to see a little bit of a pullback? There's a good chance we'll see a pullback tomorrow, where it is a holiday. I expect, overseas might capitalize on that, try to push the price down a little bit, and pick up some deals. But who knows? No matter what, you got to remember, the short contracts have to clear out by the end of this month. It's the end of the month, ends the financial quarter. Basically, every 3 months is the financial quarter. When those short contracts end, they've got to push the price down lower so they can basically pay off them contracts. A lot of people aren't going to take physical custody of silver, so they're just going to pay it off. And in order to pay it off, they don't want silver high. So they will try to beat the price down and clear those contracts. And more than likely, they could end up trying to clear them out prior to the interest rate cuts that are coming. There's a good chance they're going to cut rates. Now, I'll be honest, it will be a huge curveball if they decide not to cut interest rates. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video here. We'll talk more about the interest rate cuts or potential cuts in the future video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you hit the thumbs up. And like I said, only 13 spots left to win that PCGS certified MS69 Mexican Libertad. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your day off. Bye-bye.